What's up, everyone? Today we are giving away this slightly used 14-ounce stiletto hammer, and I'm going to give it to my first ever OG sub who's very engaged with comments and checking out the content. Don Mack, I think, from Souk. You just got to tell me what your real name is. Maybe I'll drop it off at the RV spot where you work or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, these hammers, I said this in a short before, that when I get them, I take a knife on a 45, or sorry, on a 90, and I scrape all that shellac stain they have. And then I put boiled linseed on it, and it just feels better and doesn't slip in the rain. And then I tape it with electrical tape, and that's an old Larry Hahn trick, and that holds the grain together and also protects from overstrikes. So that's that. I'm going to talk a little bit about tools today. My name is Jacob from Endwise Construction, and today we're getting into tools. So, am I a ketchup guy or a mustard guy? It turns out I'm a mustard guy in a ketchup box. So if you are getting into the trades or you're a homeowner and you're trying to figure out what tools to buy to work on your house, I would say go with the DeWalt combo kit. I think Milwaukee has better drills, but DeWalt has better saws. And you can definitely buy Milwaukee stuff. They have great accessories. I'd say better than DeWalt. But what I would say is buy a brushless combo kit. It's like 1,200 bucks Canadian. And then add the oscillating tool to it. Add a grinder as well. And what else? And buy a 6 amp. They come with two 5 amp batteries. I would say add the 6 amp battery. And it took me a while to invest in one of these Milwaukee boxes. I got one on the Black Friday deal for 300 bucks, and it's so worth it for tool organization and hauling stuff around. I really, really like it. So yeah, inside this box, and so I got tools down there, like battery operated tools. In here, I haul other things like a laser, and like I have a corded grinder for doing more intense work, blades, things like that. And in the top box, I've got this one. I really like the organization you get out of it. So I have a bunch of bits and like tick tester. Then I got all my hand tools in here. Wrenches and snips and things like that. And then really great bit organization over here. And yeah, I just love the portability of this thing and how you can break it down. I think with carpentry, you really got to think about longevity and back health. And just the ability to haul your stuff around efficiently, break it down when you're picking it up and putting it on the back of your truck is super great. And then what I found, I always find it annoying to haul batteries around. And so I was also talking about this in a short. I saw one of my guys with one of these. I just took an old milk crate and they clamped on a power bar, and then they clamped on they zip tied power bar on, zip tie on these chargers, and then you have anywhere you go, you just set this crate down. You can also haul other things in it, right? And I got my boombox in it. You put that down, plug it in, and then I can plug in other tools off of that. And this just like totally super efficient. I find batteries are a tough one to get right for organization, and the chargers too, right? If you constantly like have like a loose charger floating around, the wire gets all tangled up or broken. And same with the batteries. If you're not treating them right, they won't last as long. Yeah, the other thing, the pouch that I wear is, I have this belief that buy once, cry once, and it just takes a long time to get the best stuff in the industry. But this is a Denali, this is a Diamondback Denali 2.0. It's a framing pouch, and that's primarily what I do a lot of is structural work. I like to be dialed for that, and then I can kind of empty the bags out a bit and be a little bit lighter weight for finishing. But this pouch is so awesome. I break a lot of things. I've had this for 3 or 4 years now, and it's holding up amazing. Like, I think this pouch will last 20 years. And they are expensive. I think I paid $650 for it. But it's so worth it. Like, putting it on, number one, it's like a back brace, right? And it really helps to keep supported. It's ergonomic. It's on the hips, kind of like when you're backpacking, like through the forest with a good backpack. It's all the weight is right on your hips. It's more ergodynamic. And then the tool organization in this is super sweet. So I got the T-bone. My buddy Nate hooked me up with that. That's why I'm giving away my old hammer. And I got, so you have these sweet sleeves for the hammers on this pouch that are very comfortable. I really don't like having the pouch where your hammer dangles and hits you in the leg every time you bend down. And then you don't need it, but I do have the titanium nail bar. That was a gift. I'm rocking the Tajima chalk line. And then I really like how there's like this sheath for the torpedo. It's not like when I'm using the torpedo a lot, I don't put it back in there. I'll put it somewhere else for quicker access. But it's really nice that I can park my torpedo here and it just stays there until I need it again. I have a chisel in here. I always have a little multi screwdriver. And so this side more I find for my fasteners. I got a bunch of different fasteners, and I got these areas for more storage, for like smaller things, for blades, things like that. And on this side, I've got the Milwaukee wide blade tape. I was converted a few years ago. I tried one. I find it way better than the Stanley Batmax. I like that it has numbers on the back. I find it's more durable. It also has a place for your finger, which is really great to have control over the tape. I've converted a bunch of people to this tape. And, you know, I just got a knife. I do run both the 7 and the 4-inch speed square. Find them both very useful. And the other thing about this pouch I really love, it has a bit index. So you can put a bunch of different bits in there. And yeah, because bit's another thing you're often searching for and can slow you down. And then down in here, it's got this pouch that can close or stay open. And I find that very useful. I have things like stair gauges that can get lost, this little string level. I have a calculator in there usually. But the thing about a pouch, it makes you about 20 to maybe 50% more efficient, because it drives me nuts when I look at guys when they're looking for their tools. It's just not necessary. It's like a gunslinger, okay? Some guy, you know, is in a draw, and then it's got to be mechanical, right? You don't even have to think. Boom, there's your gun, right? There's your tape. You wouldn't be in a gunfight and be like, oh, hold on, where's my tape? Where's my gun? Where's my, right? And not only the amount of time it takes you to scan and find the thing that you've left out, also it breaks your train of thought, right? So if I go in to cut something and I take a measurement and then I just pull my tape out and start doing it, that's efficient. If I have to then look for my tape, I'll probably forget the number, right? And this was ingrained in me from when I started working when I was really young. Rick, my boss, was like, listen, you want to raise? Put a pouch on. And that was always stuck in my head, that pouches is value. People who are wearing the pouches, those are the guys that produce. Those are the guys that make more money. Then you have a pouch and you got to put things in the pouch. You have to understand how the tools work that are in the pouch. It just makes you better and faster and stronger. So all these things, if you're just getting started, it's like, it took me a long time to get the best gear, but then you just slowly pick away at it. The last thing I'll talk about if you're getting into framing and finishing and framing and siding and things like that, instead of getting the Bosch stick nailer, I would definitely go with the Max Super Framer, because you can put 3-inch coils. You can have one gun that can do everything. You can put 3-inch nails in this, and you can be stick framing. And then you can switch out to 2 1/4, 2.5-inch nails for sheathing. And then you can switch out for, 2-inch or whatever galvanized nails for siding. So it's one thing that will do it all. So that's just a quick little rundown of my daily drivers. About like 95% of the people watching my content haven't subscribed. So please subscribe. It helps me out. And yeah, comment below if you want me to talk more about tools, if you have any questions. And yeah, like, comment, do all those things. Peace out.